Hello, everybody. Welcome along. It is Leicester versus Southampton in the watch along tonight. We are so close to the end of the season now, and this has been circled for a while as a big head-to-head between two of the top four. But the way that the results went at the weekend, it's all on the Leicester City. They will be able to smell the Premier League if they get the win tonight, and Southampton will likely be preparing for the playoffs tomorrow if they lose. But if it were to flip the other way, the door opens up a tiny bit for Southampton to get back into that top two chase at the last minute. Odds still against, and the door opens then for Leeds and for Ipswich in terms of the league title, which Leicester look favourites for right as we speak. Get yourself comfortable. It's a Tuesday night football in the EFL. Leicester versus Southampton. Enjoy the watch along. Right, let's say some hellos in the chat. Welcome everybody who is here. Ewan's always here. What a legend. Jamie, Nick Knack, Justice, Liam, who signed up as a member the other day. You can do the same in the chat. Early plug for you there, everybody. Alex, Dempsey Doe, Jamie, Elliot, Matt, great interview with the GOAT. And the GOAT is on TV as we speak as well. We chatted with Neil Warnock on the channel yesterday. What an honor. Richard, welcome. Chris, welcome. Annie, look at that. What an absolute legend. £1 in the super chat. Thank you so much. We are going to do all the permutations, but no, Leicester cannot be promoted today. A couple more. Dave, welcome. Lee, welcome. And I think we said hello to everybody. Jimmy as well. Jimmy Hendricks in the chat. Everybody, how about that? Some comments coming in on TikTok as well, talking about relegation. There's a big meal up there from one of our Millwall friends. They are nicely safe. Loads and loads to talk about. And let's go straight to the league table, really, because that's what we spend most of our time doing in this sort of final week of the season. And here are your permutations tonight. So if Leicester City can get themselves a win, they will go to 94 points with 2 games to play. Now, Leeds United play at QPR on Friday. So if Leicester win tonight, Leicester can be promoted without kicking a ball on Friday if QPR can beat Leeds United. Okay? Leicester can also be promoted at the weekend. Imagine if Leicester win tonight and they also win on Monday night, which will probably be live for as well, against Preston. Then they will be on 97 points, which you will see right now. Leeds would not be able to catch them. Ergo, they would be promoted. Then Southampton obviously wouldn't either because they would be scoring a 0 tonight. Their upside would be 95. Ipswich would potentially still be able to catch them. They'd still be able to potentially get to 98. But of course, by the time Leicester get to Monday night, we'll know what Ipswich's result against Hull is. But it doesn't matter because there's 2 places go up. So is that straightforward enough? Leicester win tonight and Leeds lose on Friday. They're up. Leicester win their next 2 games. They are up. Everybody make sense. Right. If this game is drawn, Leicester would go to 92. Southampton would go to 85. So let's deal with Southampton first. That would mean their upside is 91, which would leave Leeds and Ipswich needing just 1 game in order to be able to usurp Southampton. So Southampton really need to win the game, and we'll talk about their upside in terms of winning. In terms of Leicester, then, they would be on 92, and you would see Leeds would be 2 points behind with the same games played, which would give Leeds slightly more chance of winning the title. However, I believe the final 2 games for Leicester after today is Preston away and Blackburn at home. I make that slightly easier than Leeds, QPR away and Southampton at home. Well, we'll know what Southampton's kind of level of intensity and all of that good stuff will be after tonight, because they might be out of it. But so a draw. Leicester still very much in the box seat with 2 points on Leeds. But were Ipswich to win the game in hand and then match Leicester, they would end up on the same amount of points. Now, here's the interesting one, which would kind of put the cat amongst the pigeons. A Southampton win would obviously take Saints up to 87 points. That would be 2 behind Ipswich, having played 1 game more. They would be 3 behind Leeds, but with a game to play against Leeds on the last day of the season. So if you are looking at that from the Southampton point of view, there is the potential to catch Leeds, but you have to win tonight and you have to beat them at Elland Road. And then probably they need to better the result in between, because look at the goal difference. Southampton and Ipswich are not going to be catching Leicester and Leeds' goal difference. Okay. So the long and the short of it is, I think if Leicester get the win tonight, I think they're pretty much as good as up, aren't they? It would then take pretty much Leicester losing both their last 2 games and everybody else winning all theirs to put the mockers on Leicester. So I think tonight, Leicester, if they win, I think we're almost declaring that Leicester are over the line and promoted back into the Premier League. And it'll be 30 wins as well, won't it? And the Southampton win just puts the cat amongst the pigeons, doesn't it, really? In respect of that they could potentially still be involved if they were to win tonight, win on Saturday. Where are they going? Stoke. Then they would be at 90 points with the final game to go. And you don't know if Leeds have dropped points, if Ipswich have struggled in their 3-game week, there would then still be a chance that Southampton can take it to the final day. And then their destiny is almost in their hands, because if you could have a situation where Southampton know if they beat Leeds, if they're within 2 points, obviously, they would go above them with a win. Obviously, need to be within 2 points, though, because of the goal difference. There we go. Let's go to some more comments, and then we'll go to the team news. Dave, Rangers need something for Friday. They do. In fact, I think, let me just confirm that. I think Rangers need a win, actually, not even a draw. I think it's a win for Rangers will make them safe on Friday. Yeah, look, 53. Magic number is 52 at the moment. That may well change after Birmingham versus Huddersfield on Saturday, but it's fairly simple for QPR on Friday against Leeds. If they win, they are safe. Steve, packing the watch-alongs in recently. Energy levels are impressive. Thank you so much. Evening to Mike, another member. Do hit the join button and join these lovely people. You can join the WhatsApp group and get involved in the monthly roundtable chats. We'll have early access to my tribal football columns as well. Joe, as a Blackburn fan, hope we will meet up soon to watch Blackburn play. Sounds good to me. What else have we got? Draw doesn't help Leicester as they need 2 wins from the last 3. I would disagree, Nick Knack. I think at the moment, if you're in the lead and you're just putting points on the board, look, it's stating the bleeding obvious. Obviously, you want the win. You don't want the defeat. But I think the draw helps Leicester in the way of shutting down Southampton as well. So I wouldn't necessarily agree that a draw isn't any help, but obviously it's less help than a win, isn't it? Marlon, let's be honest, Saints are out of it now. Well, sorry, I'm disagreeing with everyone in the chat. If they get the win, if they get themselves the win tonight, you never know, do you? And what Saints can do, even if they don't end up finishing in the top 2, they can limit Leicester and they can limit Leeds and have a real big say in the run-in. Nothing to lose for Southampton. They have to go for it. Should be a good game. Come on, Southampton. I want them to win today, I think. Is this channel definitely showing the game? No, I am not a broadcaster. I do not own the rights to show this. Anybody who does show this is breaking the law. I've built up a great part-time living doing this, and I wouldn't risk it by illegally showing the content that I don't own, put it that way. James, we will beat Leicester and Leeds and lose to Stoke. James on TikTok. Up the Owls, says Ben as well on TikTok. Thank you all the people up there. J Dog, a bit cliche, but this game could go all 3 ways. Well, I totally agree. Sometimes cliches are cliches because they're true. Niels Diamond, would you be confident of Ipswich going up if they drop into the playoffs? No, absolutely not. Ipswich, 1 win in 8 playoff appearances. My God, I think they've only got to 1 final as well. And Ipswich were even in the first ever iteration of the playoffs where, and this is completely goes against everything, I think it's totally unfair, where the top of the second tier played the bottom of the top tier and they lost to Charlton, which I believe is awful. So, yeah. Right. So we get into the team news and get your thoughts on all of that, and then we'll get in and do some predictions. Here we go. Before we do the team news, guys, one little plug. If I click the button, you will see we are in association with Match Bingo and 2 free cards for you tonight over on Match Bingo. Get involved right now before these 2 kickoffs. You can play for free, and there is my card. Arsenal versus Chelsea, which I'm sure people are going to be keeping an eye on over on TNT. You can also, obviously, this is the one I'm really going to be keeping an eye on, play Leicester versus Southampton. What am I looking for? In the horrible middle column there, 3 minutes of injury time in either half. What have I got in the nice column? There you go. A Leicester throw, and I'm more confident of one than the other there. But do head over to Match Bingo because they are pulling the stops out tonight, and you can play both of the games that are televised in the Premier League, Arsenal versus Chelsea, and in the Championship, the game we are watching here, Leicester versus Southampton. There's 2 rules. The first one is if you are going to play and pick up your free cards tonight, let them know that I sent you by clicking on that there QR code. If you pause your iPhone or your iPad or whatever, it should pick that up and send you into the app. You can quickly go and grab your cards for free. The other rule is we are gambling. So please, for goodness sake, play responsibly. Right. We were going to go into the team news, weren't we? And we've been at the point in the season for weeks and weeks now where we know what everybody's strongest team is. There's no messing about, experimenting now. Here is your Leicester City team over on the left tonight. Mads Hermansson in a goal. Ricardo Pereira returns in the fullback stroke central midfield position, as we always get with Leicester City. Yannick Vestergaard and Wout Faes are in at centre-back. James Justin at fullback, which means the heroic Hamza Chowdhury from the weekend, who made a hat-trick, a perfect hat-trick of off-the-line clearances. Hamza, with his left foot, his right foot, and his head. He is not in the lineup today. And then, so strong Leicester. Listen to this. Winks, Dewsbury Hall, and Didi, Isahaku, or Fatawi wears on his shirt, Mavadidi, and Jamie Vardy. Very, very strong. A couple of changes, obviously, at fullback there. We had Chowdhury, didn't we? Who was playing the other side at the weekend? Cody played centre-back and Faes played fullback. So he's gone for more orthodox-looking fullbacks, but we'll still see that Leicester City system with the 3 kind of stretched along the back. and the fullback indeed going into midfield. On the bench for Leicester City, 2 parachute teams here, so hell of a lot of talent. Doyle, Cody, Pratt, Chowdhury, Stalachik, McAteer, Daka, Cannon, Akyung. For Southampton, Gavin Bazunu and Stuart Armstrong, 2 first-teamers, and Stuart Armstrong's a brilliant player as well, isn't he? Injured since we last saw them on the channel. I think, did they get injured in the game against Cardiff at the weekend or in between? I can't remember. But they're not here. Alex McCarthy in goal for Saints. Kyle Walker-Peters and James Bree are the fullbacks. Taylor Harwood-Bellis and Jan Bednarek are the centre-backs. In midfield, a bit of a shake-up here because you can see not only is there no Stuart Armstrong, there's no Flynn Downs in there either. Joe Rothwell, Shay Charles, and Joe Aribo in there. That is very much not Southampton's first choice midfield. But as with all the parachute teams, bags of talent in there and no slouches, any of those 3 players. And up top, Adam Armstrong, 20 goals and 12 assists or something. Someone correct me in the comments. David Brooks, the other side, and Che Adams on a pretty decent scoring run himself down the middle. On the bench, Stevens, Magoma, Lumley, Sulemana, Fraser, Manning, Edozie, Dibbling, Smallbone. You can see there Downs, Bazunu, Larius, Ross Stewart as well. How different would Southampton's season have been if Ross Stewart had been fit all campaign? I wonder, or after they signed him. Obviously, let's go to some comments. See what we're saying in the chat. Where shall we start? Stu, might Southampton prefer Ipswich in the playoffs than either Leeds or Leicester? I mean, Ipswich have beaten Southampton twice this year, but that means nothing in the playoffs. It's tournament football, isn't it? Good to see Big Nige back in the Sky studio with Joby and Neil Warnock. The interview is up on the channel now. National League playoffs starting tomorrow. Christoph, if you believe that a team is good enough for the Premier League, then you should believe that your team can win a 3-game knockout tournament. Don't agree with that, Christopher. It's just not how knockout football works. I mean, on paper, yeah, fine. One team scored more points over 46 games, but knockout football is knockout football, and sometimes teams that are better at league football aren't as good as knockout football. If that had been the case, Man City would have won the Champions League probably 5 times in the last sort of 8 years, wouldn't they? Rob, Leicester are lucky that Downs and Stuart Armstrong are out. I would agree with that. What else have we got here? Craig, as a Leeds fan, I can't decide if it's better to pull Leicester in or drop Southampton. First, make a 4-horse race. The second makes it between Leeds and Ipswich. I don't know, but I mean, I'll accept any answer for that. That's, a matter of taste. Personally, I think you want to open up as many places as possible and have 2 potential shots to go at. And I agree with Craig that if Leicester win tonight, it is pretty much Leeds and Ipswich for 1 place. Whereas if Southampton win, maybe the likes of Leeds have got 2 slots to aim for. And I'd rather have 2 slots to aim for than 1 slot to aim for. But I would accept any argument with that. It's all a matter of opinion and a matter of taste indeed. We'll go back to some more comments in just a second. Any questions, get them in. But what I would love to do first off, in fact, should we break the habit of a lifetime here? Should we do the like spike nice and quickly? Can I open that in a new tab from here? Have I done that right? I bet it's going to play now. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Sorry, I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. My bad. Panic stations. I thought it was going to shut the whole stream down there, which would have been none too clever. Hopefully, nothing is going awry, although everything has slowed down a little bit. Maybe I should just stop pressing buttons for the next 20 seconds. What I was going to do is get us a like spike, but I need to have it working on the other stream. Before we do that, I think it's working. Sorry for my procrastination over the last 30 seconds. Probably the least entertaining 30 seconds I've ever done on YouTube. But hey, that's a low bar, isn't it? Right, don't make a noise. There we go. We have got 43 likes. If I click it, 44. Let's see if we can do a like spike and get us above 50 likes straight away before the game even starts. So you know the rules, guys. You have got 9 seconds to hit the like button if you haven't already. Don't hit it again if you already have. That'll cancel your like. Hit your hearts and all of that good stuff over on TikTok. And this is a like spike. Away you go. God, it's proper stitched up my stream, pressing that button that I've never pressed before on StreamYard. I'll never, ever do that again. Someone's going to have to tell me how many likes we've got because I've just had to close down all the other screens because it was scaring me then. You know the rules, and so do I. Absolutely smash that like button. Right. Should we get some predictions in then, you lot? How do you think? Thank you, Cameron. 66 likes. We love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Remember, your bare minimum, get some comments and hit the like button. If you want to leave a super chat, then you'll be my hero forever, ever more. And you can hit the join button as well, of course. Right. Should we get into predictions? You've got one job here. Listen very carefully. I want your predictions, but help me out. Write the team names in. I ask every time, please write the team names and the scores. And people struggle with that instruction. Just makes my life a lot easier rather than just a load of numbers appearing on the screen. But I do, for goodness sake, want your predictions. So let me know how you think this one is going. Let me know up on TikTok up there as well. You have got 16 seconds you get on the predictions. How is this one ending? Let me know. Predictions in the chat. Please put the teams in. Away you go. Right, let's get some predictions in. What do we got here? Lewis, about to celebrate promotion with Derby and join us back. 2-0 Leicester. Ewan, Southampton 2-1. James, 3-1 Southampton. A few predictions for Southampton here. Jeff, 3-2 Southampton. I'll take all these high scorers. Cameron with the Desmond. Craig, 3-1 Saints. Jimmy, 2-0 Leicester. Another Jace, 2-1 Saints. Hector, 3-2 Saints. What else we got? Richard, a 3-0 Leicester. J Dog, 1-1. Steve with another 1-1. Ian, 2-1 Saints. Eli, Leicester 3-2. Liam, someone had to do it, didn't they? 0. Effing 0. Young Nabs, 3-2 Leicester. Mike, 2-1 Saints. Jay, 2-1 Saints. Nick Knack, 3-1 Leicester. Vox Phantom, 3-2 Leicester. Matty, 3-2 Saints. Loads of both teams to score here. I love this. Millwall Holdings, Leicester 2-1. JJ, 4-1 Southampton. That was the scoreline the other way around, wasn't it? You see on the crawler down the bottom there, it was 4-1 in the to the away team, to Leicester in the return game. Ian, 3-2 Saints. Liam, good working out here. Leicester 1, Southampton 0, Vardy pen. I like that. Matt, we missed a pen as well, didn't you, the weekend? Matt, Saints 2-1. Any more for any more? Anthony, 2-1 Leicester. Collaborator, 72, Leicester 2-1. Right. I think we are all good to go. Do head over to Match Bingo. You've still got probably 2 more minutes to get your free cards tonight for Arsenal and Chelsea in the Premier League. By the way, if anyone is watching that on TNT, then please do keep us updated. Big game in the Premier League. and we are about to get going here. The other one I was meant to say was Match Bingo. You get a free card for this game, and we'll be playing along as we go. Get there really, really quickly. We are about to start. Let me just bang through teams one more time, as much to remind me as you lot in the chat. Just a couple of changes on both sides. Hermansen in goal for Leicester. Pereira and Justin in at fullback. Fast Vestergaard. And Didi Winks, Dewsbury Hall, Mabadidi Vardy, Fatawu all played at the weekend. For Saints, no Bazunu, so McCarthy in. Walker Peters, Harwood Bellis, Bednarek, Bree, Aribo. No Downs or Armstrong. So Charles Rothwell in central midfield. Brooks, Adams and Armstrong. One saving grace, as much as I enjoy watching Stuart Armstrong play, at least I don't have dual Armstrongs. We normally have Adam Armstrong and Stuart Armstrong. There should be a ban on that, football teams buying players with the same surname, because it confuses the living heck out of me. Okay. I think we are all good to go here. Leicester versus Southampton. Let's just edit that banner and make it say 0-0. Remember. Leicester win. They are as good as up. Southampton win. Cat amongst pigeons. Potentially Leeds and Ipswich can win the title if that's the case. I think if Leicester win, it's pretty much done, isn't it? A draw, neither here nor there really, but it will pretty much put Southampton, into playoff mode, I think, with 2 games remaining. There's Russ Martin and Matt Gill. As we await kickoff at the King Power, Leicester players come out of their huddle. I've got the teams up in front of me down there. I just don't think we've seen these two so many times this season. Don't think we need them, do we? But hey, we are deep into the championship season. Remember, this is not a round 44 or round 45 game. This is a freebie cancelled due to the participation of Leicester in the FA Cup there. Was it a quarter-final they played against Chelsea? I can't remember. But this was when this game was due to be played. And, ladies and gentlemen, we are off. Shay Charles takes the throw in, and Southampton have the ball. We are 25 seconds in. We're watching on Sky Sports main event live. If you want a timestamp, ask for one. Same for you guys up there on TikTok as well. If you're watching on Now TV, if you're watching on a smart TV, Sky Go, or by whatever means you may be watching, you may be a little bit behind me because I'm on a TV feed here. It's knocked backwards to Fass. Bit of a hospital ball. Che Adams closed it down. And Jamie Vardy draws the foul 1 minute in. Leicester 0. Southampton with all the possession so far. But it's a free kick now to Leicester. And might as well click this one forward, I think. Free kick that Harry Winks is going to pop in right-footed. In it goes. Cleared away. And Pereira knocks it to Winks, and Leicester are going to get their first possession. Fingers crossed. You told me that you couldn't hear me, whilst I couldn't acknowledge that I knew you told me that you couldn't hear me. Hopefully, all is well now. Close down some other stuff on my machine. And fingers crossed, we are all okay. Nothing happened in the game. 4 minutes 38 gone. Bree knocks it into Charles round the corner. And it's out for a throw-in to Saints. Arsenal have taken the lead, apparently, in the Premier League. Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. Trossard. Leicester into the box. Dewsbury Hall clips that easy gather for McCarthy. Leandro Trossard, the goal scorer after 5 minutes for Arsenal, which put them 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League, if you like that sort of thing. Fass has got it at the back for Leicester, and he's knocked it back into Hermansen. Apologies for those technical issues. It's been a while, isn't it? I wonder if it was literally just me clicking that button a few minutes ago. Hope not. Promise I'll never do that again. Justin. Tried to play it inside. Rothwell went into press. And not a lot of intensity in the start of this game. Here's Hermansen. Technical difficulties on the bingo card. If it was, tick it off. As I say, it's been a while. Been a while. Hermansen knocks it long. Harwood Bellis heads it away. It's a foul by James Justin. Peterborough 2-0 down. Yes, they are indeed. Cheltenham 2, Peterborough 0 in League One. Cheltenham attempting to get out dodge on the last day of the season, and they can do it if they win tonight. It looks like they're going to, and Peterborough are sort of guaranteed to be in the playoffs, are they? No, Peterborough could still... I mean, goal difference says they're not going to do it, but they can still tie up with Derby on 89. So, interesting result. Looks like Peterborough are preparing for the playoffs, given they're already 2 down. And Didi knocks that down the left wing. Mavididi into the box. Mavididi. The ball bounces for Vardy. Mavididi comes back in block. Dewsbury Hall there on the near post. All a bit scruffy, and Southampton are going to clear. Collision there between... oh, God, I've got Bednarek and Vestergaard on the same pitch. This is my worst nightmare. I get those two mixed up. Between Vestergaard and Adams, I get those two mixed up when they're not even playing in the same continent, for God's sake, for some reason. Ho-hum. Hermansen. Give and go with Vestergaard. Hermansen goes long again. Flips over, which allows Bree to head it away. And Didi, missed kick there by Justin. And it's gone into Dewsbury Hall, who has been whistled for handball. Says it came off his chest. I think that's referee Madley, isn't it, tonight? Yeah, he disagrees. Handball given. Fass. And Didi. And Didi into Dewsbury Hall. Excuse me. Is it going to be a third? I hope not. Howard Bellis. Bless you times 32. Yeah, thank you. Dewsbury Hill driving into the 10. Out it goes to Fatawu. Fatawu chops inside. Winks, crossing position. Winks back out to Fatawu. Corner of the box. Wants to go on his left foot. Takes on the right. Back in on the left. Walker Peters stands up. And sorry for my gross sneezing. There you go. Thank you for all the bless yous. And Che Adams is down. 10 minutes gone. And I know you would nominate these two as two of the more deliberate, slower paced teams in the league. But yeah, really kind of almost overly methodical start in this one. Vestergaard it was who got whistled for the foul. 10 gone. Nothing's happened apart from my technical difficulties, which is never fun, is it? Beer 52 time for Ian tonight, having an astronaut. I'll probably add a plug Beer 52 if it stays at this pace. We'll do that in a minute. Aribo tries to clip it in the channel for Armstrong. Cut out by Pereira. Dewsbury Hall. Pereira finding that central midfield spot from fullback. Dewsbury Hall to Fatawu. 1v1 with Walker Peters. That'd be a good battle. Easily won, though, by Fatawu that time. Best chance of the game so far. Got a bit of space then. He's inside the box. Hits it left-footed straight at McCarthy. Not great by Walker Peters, who I'm a giant fan of, but just let him inside there. No jink, no trick, no nothing. Just ran inside and managed to get the shot off. Audio perfect for the sneezes. Of course it was. Yeah. I did think about hitting mute, but I don't know. The way things are going with me pressing buttons tonight, don't do that. Quick throw in down the line. Vardy pops the cross in. Oh, it's gone to the back stick. Must have taken a deflection. McCarthy got caught. Fatawu, can he find Dewsbury Hall? Dewsbury Hall's open. Dewsbury Hall hits the shot. And Dewsbury Hall yells at Fatawu there. And I agree with him, actually. That needed an early right foot ball. And he was completely on his own inside the penalty box. And Didi curls right-footed, not far wide. He scored from about 6 inches, didn't he, at the weekend? And Didi, that would have been a bit of a different goal there. How much did that miss by? Not a great angle. Come on, Sky, what you got for us? Yeah, it didn't miss by much, did it? Nice height on. It didn't quite get the line. Leicester on top now. Big header by Fass. And here comes Mavadidi. Mavadidi jinx against Bree. Mavadidi, nice looking cross, right-footed. Fatawu climbs far post. Ooh, McCarthy was running in treacle there. And Vardy, if he got any contact that was anything decent on that, he just pops that into the empty net. What's McCarthy doing there? Chance that for Vardy, isn't it? Leicester building a head of steam here now. Bright start from Leicester. Yeah, they've come into it nicely from sort of, I don't know, minute 6 or 7, haven't they? $13 gone now. Leicester on top. 0-0. The win for Leicester, and they are so close to promotion. Goal kick is turned over, but Breeze had to play it all the way back to McCarthy. Bree. Back in with Highwood Bellis, and it goes to McCarthy. Matt, what time am I on? Let's give you a timestamp. We're going to be at 14 minutes. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. In 3, 2, 1. Sync. There we go. 14 minutes. Pereira to Winks. Vestergaard. Back with Hermansen. Southampton, Sky tell us, only 4 passes in the final third. Shows they've had little or no attacking thrust so far. But here comes Walker-Peters down the left-hand side. Armstrong's going to have a run at Pereira, is he? No. Turns back inside. Charles. Rothwell. Rothwell's signature move when he was at Blackburn was the burst through, carrying the ball from central midfield. Might not be permitted to do that by Russ Martin, right? Charles around the corner. That's a foul by Justin on Brooks. I reckon he'll get booked for his next one now. That didn't look like too clever. Whatever happens, the playoffs are going to be quality. They always deliver, don't they? Them good old playoffs. Aribo. Walker-Peters. Bednarek. Charles. Leicester are really doing a fair job of swarming all over this 1B Southampton midfield without Armstrong and without Downs. Fatawu has been whistled now for a foul on Walker-Peters. He's body checked him, I think, doesn't he? It's not a good tackle, that one either. More than a body check, that, wasn't it? Ewan, Huddersfield v Birmingham. Loser goes down. Well, quite literally in terms of Huddersfield, if they lose that one, they're down. And you would think if Birmingham lose that one, they are in big, big trouble. They have 1 game left at home to Norwich, although I think Norwich might already be in the playoffs confirmed by the time we get to that. So you never know whether they'll be resting players. Oh, little turn inside. Looked like a possible foul there on Rothwell, but he's adjudged to have just fallen over. Steve, Rovers fans used to call it the Rothwell shimmer. He basically runs in a straight line at you whilst vibrating and all defence fall over. It was very effective at Blackburn, wasn't it? Brereton and Diaz used to do the same thing, just coming in off the left. Run towards the goal quickly. Simple but effective. 17 gone. Nil-nil. Walker-Peters. One around the corner from Rothwell. They found Adams in some space now. Adams over-engineers that ball to Aribo. Hit it too hard, but Aribo does well to control it. Walker-Peters. Good couple of minutes from Southampton, I have to say. If a draw happens in Huddersfield, Birmingham, is that Huddersfield done and Birmingham back in trouble? Depends what Sheffield Wednesday do then in that scenario, doesn't it? And I think if I'm not misremembering it, that put Huddersfield to 45. Wednesday start the day with 47. Here comes Armstrong, left-hand channel. Very little support, but he'll just go on his right foot and shoot, won't he? No, he plays it into the middle to Rothwell. Armstrong comes and takes it off and hits the shot right-footed. And Southampton have finally pulled off a shot, but here comes Dewsbury Hall on the counter. Dewsbury Hall hits the deck. No foul. Fatawu continues. But it's back with Pereira. And the game's got a bit more chutzpah now, hasn't it? And Didi. And Didi out to Mavididi. Mavididi, lovely cross right-footed, nearly found Dewsbury Hall running in. Good header away. They've had Mavididi and Fatawu in good positions quite a few times, haven't they? Aribo looks like he's wearing a pair of Wilson socks up, pulled up completely. Doesn't actually, doesn't it? He's not gone for the Thierry Henry over the knees. Navadidi knocks out and loads of space for Justin. Justin hits the shot. Bit half-assed that one. Blocked easily. Here's Fatawu. Fatawu inside. Pereira crosses into and Ndidi wins the header, but never any direction on it. Anyone else having any issues with the chat like James is there, or is that his end? Let me know. Wouldn't be the first technical gremlin we've had tonight. Apologies for that one earlier on. We lost power. Here is Ndidi again. Technical gremlin in the Saints midfield there. Vestergaard. Winks. Leicester on top again. Fatawu. Fatawu crosses back post. Mavididi arriving. Vardy on the back post. Very good header by Bednarek away. Because you got the feeling Jamie Vardy was just going to put everybody in the net. Him and the ball and everybody else. Really good from Mavididi. I don't know what he whistled for. Was he offside? Didn't look like it went out. That was what Harwood Bellis was appealing for. I think that's what Vardy's just questioning. I don't think it went out. I think that's what Vardy's saying. I think I agree with him, actually. Nothing came of it, fortunately, so none too controversial. Vardy closes that one down. Throw in, Southampton 21 on the clock. James Bree is going to hurl this one down the line. Former Luton player who didn't get promoted with Luton because he left for Southampton and then got relegated with Southampton, but he did spend some time in the Premier League. Rich, you're going to see Rich on Saturday night on the Hull Ipswich Ipswich watch along. Southampton not the same team without Bazunu Downs Armstrong. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. Yeah, that's going to be a stressful one Saturday night, but we'll see what Leeds have done. In the meantime, Southampton play on Saturday as well at Stoke. It's got to the point now where I seem to know everybody's fixtures for all their remaining games off by heart, which is very sad, isn't it? Fatawu and Ndidi. Excuse me, Pereira, not Ndidi at all. Fatawu, Walker-Peters. He's giving Walker-Peters a really hard time. Someone said in the chat, Walker-Peters is a right back, isn't he? He's playing at left back. Ryan Manning on the bench. It's a bit of a hefty one by Aribo. But yeah, he hasn't looked too comfortable at all, has he? Kyle Walker-Peters. Fatawu looks a big threat, as he always does, though. Down the right-hand side. Fass, Leicester the better side here. Clipped over the top. That's going all the way out. And Ndidi is not getting there. Russ Martin comes to the sidelines. He can't be happy with what he's seeing. I know he's a process guy and he'll be saying, well, look, we just need to do plan A better, but not really in the game. But as soon as I say that, here comes Brooks down the right. Adams, switch of play. That's better, isn't it? Adam Armstrong down to Aribo. Armstrong. I don't have to say Adam anymore. Stewart's not playing, right? Charles, still slowed down. Leicester back in shape. Not been able to pull Leicester about at all. Bednarek. Rothwell. Here comes the Rothwell burst. Here he goes, ladies and gentlemen. He's overrun it. I gave him the big up. I said it was the signature finishing manoeuvre. And he effed it up, didn't he? Dear oh me. Vardy, great chase into the channel. Vardy's got someone, who's that arriving? James Justin, Dewsbury Hall arriving behind him. Vardy couldn't quite nail the cross. Rebo, Walker Peters. It's livened up now. Thought the first 10 minutes of this game was a bit dull, to be honest, but I am entertained now, gentlemen, of Southampton and Leicester City. Oh, Fast just went right through the back of Adams. Didn't get the decision. Oh, slipped through. Fatawu is in. The offside flag stays down. We said he was the danger man. There's the back somersault. And our Leicester City back somersaulting into the Premier League. Leicester 1, Southampton 0. Always wrong about these. That looked offside, but I haven't seen a replay yet. Here he goes. Oh, no. So close, that. I mean, his arm's definitely offside, but you can't score with your arm. Really close, that one. I'm going to plead the fifth. No lines on the pitch here, but he's either just onside or just offside, and nobody's really going to know, are they? Took the goal well. Fatawu stroked it in left-footed. We said he was the danger man, didn't we? We said Walker Peters was having trouble with him. You can see the linesman checking in his ear to hear what's being said about the offside on that. Very, very marginal. He's leaning forward. You can see the heel. Who would it be on the other side? I guess it'd be Harwood Bellis, would it? Really, really close, but marginal. Here comes Southampton. Cross goes in low. Justin heads it away. I'm sure Sky will give us an exhaustive pause and super slow-mo replay of that one, come what may. Let's be honest, it was coming, wasn't it? And Leicester are edging ever closer to the Premier League. We'll give you a live league table after this corner from Southampton. Or we won't bother if they score from it. Corner goes to the edge of the box. Bree crosses in, headed out by Ndidi. Walker Peters. Bree. Bree tries to clip it in, charged down by goal scorer Fatawu. Bree back to Walker Peters. We'll get your comments in a sec as well, guys. Walker Peters has got it again. Here comes your live league table. 94 for Leicester as things stand. That means if Leeds lose to QPR on Friday, only Ipswich would be able to catch Leicester. Ergo, Leicester would be promoted. Leicester are so close now. It puts Southampton in a position where their maximum upside is 90. And look at the goal difference. That means they're probably not catching Leeds. As someone said in the chat, does a Leicester win just pretty much make this Ipswich versus Leeds for the remaining two games? Here comes Armstrong. Left corner of the box. Armstrong drills a shot right-footed. It's cleared back by Pereira. Off Armstrong. Out it goes. Let's check your comments. Oh, I think we're going to get a lovely look at the offside angle here. But I'm going to look so carefully across the line here. I think he's offside by about a millimetre. That's a complete guess because none of us know. We don't have the lines on it, do we? I just wonder whether his front foot is just offside, but we're talking millimeters, aren't we? Millimeters. Nobody knows though. Bit foully by Fass in the build-up. Yeah, I said that at the time, didn't I? I thought Fass had gone through Adams, and the ref waved it on. Maybe 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Looks off. Oh God, yeah. No, this is where um, I don't hold human beings. It's impossible to, judge with complete accuracy offsides that are that tight, and then half of the footballing fans whine about VAR where they try and do it and help them out. So yeah, we're in a no-win situation with offsides that tight, aren't we? So VAR would have had it offside. Yeah, I think it probably would have, Chris. You try and guess where the lines have been, although there's been plenty of these VAR ones where you kind of look at it before the lines go on and you think, oh, he's probably off or he's probably on. And then you're completely wrong when the lines go on because of the camera of the pitch and the angle of the camera and all of that good stuff. I think it was more of a foul than an offside. Kevin, if you want Southampton to win, it's offside. If you want Leicester to win, it's onside. Well, I'm glad you said that, Kevin, because to most people that would be the case. But hopefully this channel is a bastion of telling the effing truth. So I have no kind of ideas infiltrating my judgment. I'm just trying to figure out which player's further forward. So, yeah, hopefully we've got the emotional intelligence and control to just look at the thing and decide which players further forward. But yes, very tight, very, very tight indeed, for sure. When was the last time a team got 90 points and only finished in the playoffs? It's Sunderland, isn't it? 1998. 90 points. And they lost in the playoff finals on penalties. Going to happen this season, we think, isn't it? Adams against Fass. Fass wins the free kick. Fun little battle between those two. It's marginal. Can we not debate it without agenda? I try, Richard. I try. It's this silly Nottingham Forest conversation where people start to bring in the idea that everybody is biased in some way, that you can't not be biased. And unfortunately, the end point of that is no one can have a conversation because everybody's biased then, aren't they? So no matter how many steps removed your apparent bias is, honestly, I'm just trying to tell the truth here. I look at the two players and try and figure out which one's the furthest forward. So I try my best, but you know what people are like when they start telling you that, well, you see, you have a subconscious bias about this. So what you're telling me is the truth. It's not actually the truth. And you have no control over that, Ben. So what can you do, man? What can you do? It's a moot point anyway. If the flag doesn't go up, it's a goal. Well, that is objectively true. Yeah. Bednarek. Bree. Rothwell. You're doing a fine job. Thank you, Richard. Now you're just being biased. That's how ridiculous it gets, Lee, isn't it? Can I say, as a general rule, general catch-all rule, this is not always true, but 9 times out of 10, when someone's accused me of being biased, guess what? It was the person the other end. It was so hyped up about the other team. Oh, lovely ball through. Dewsbury Hall knocks it on to Vardy. Vardy to Dewsbury Hall. He's got an overlap with Mavadidi. Dewsbury Hall hangs onto it too long, blocked out by David Brooks. And Charles brings it away. Liam, to be fair, if Sky didn't show 100 replays, that is totally right. Totally right. Sometimes I'm completely certain about something. I've made my mind up. I've got my subjective opinion. And then Sky shows me 100 replays and I change my mind. So he's right about that, Liam. Aribo just stumbles under the challenge from Ndidi. Continues on. And I had to give Leicester some credit here. They've stopped all the passing lanes in midfield for the Southampton 3. I accept the point that I think Rich was making in the chat that without Downs and Armstrong, the quality is less. But here comes Mavadidi. Mavadidi knocks it onto, or back rather, to Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall draws the foul. Free kick to Leicester. Steve, this is why Forest have got themselves into a bit of trouble now. Were they entitled to be furious at decisions against them? Absolutely. Is it corruption? Of course not. That's kind of my take on it. Adams, nice turn on Fass. Vestergaard sweeps it up. Leicester playing quite a nice little counter-attack game here as well. And the perfect guy with Vardy up top. Yeah, I agree with the comment there. Steve, was it Steve? Yeah, as soon as you start getting into conspiracy theories, you're done, aren't you? Because everybody's biased, everybody's against you, nobody can referee you, every decision is not genuine. And if you can't trust in the credibility or the integrity of officials, you may as well not bother. Stop being biased about how unbiased your channel is. I mean, I do agree that everybody has some kind of implicit bias, but you just try and be grown up and control it, don't you? Knocked forward. Poor ball. And Leicester are playing this quite well, aren't they? Sorry, if you're watching on TikTok, I have to put a bit of a jigsaw in the machine. Welcome everybody up there again. It's Fass. Dewsbury Hall tries to collect the little dinked ball over the top. They're playing nice and direct, actually, Leicester, since they've gone one up. Getting the ball into the front nice and quickly on the counter and, trying to find the space behind Southampton. I'm sure the fans in the stadium at Leicester will like that because I think they've thought that Leicester have been guilty of overplaying a little bit this season, I have to say. Dewsbury Hall, Winks. Vestergaard, heavy touch by Ndidi. Fouled Armstrong afterwards, knocks it onto Walker Peters. Walker Peters driving forward. Obviously, he's playing left back and he wants to go on the right foot, doesn't he? It will knock in, looking for a Rebo. Fass does well. Fass played Fatawu into trouble there. Fatawu kind of then played himself into trouble and Shay Charles has swept it up. Brooks, Charles, Rothwell, Charles, 38.05 on the clock. Leicester 1, Southampton 0. Abdul Fatawu with the goal that puts Leicester very, very close to being promoted. Frankly. Here comes Mavadidi. Breer's got back. Taking that off him. Rothwell picks it up. And Breer's just stopped. Hurt. He's okay to continue. Probably got a hand in the face or something. And in the end, the ball is indeed popped out. We've got a sub coming in. Joe Rothwell is done. And so it looks like Southampton's midfield issues continue here. I'm assuming Rothwell's injured. Will Smallbone's coming in. So I don't think they've got any central midfielders now on the bench, Saints. Smallbone has replaced Rothwell. I'm assuming Rothwell's hurt. So it'll be Smallbone, Aribo, and Charles. Southampton struggling for central midfield cover now. Do I think if Southampton lose this game, they'll rest players for the last two games? Only the manager knows that, doesn't he? But yeah, quite possibly. Walker Peters, Aribo, Adams comes short, outside of the right foot. Nice ball by Adams. Armstrong chests it down, falls over, but springs back up again. Armstrong to Walker Peters. This is good defending again by Leicester. Pressed nicely tonight, haven't they? Played pretty well, period, actually, haven't they, Leicester? Not just going in one direction or other. Oh, nicely worked between Brooks and Smallbone. Brooks, heavy though. Aribo, Armstrong. Charles, goodbye Southampton. Walker Peters, Aribo. Aribo back to Walker Peters. Charles, back heel by Bree. Sidestep by Harwood Bellis. Out it goes to Aribo. Aribo's still got hold of it and in the end gives it away. Pereira comes forward, tries to slide it in the channel for Vardy. I think that's a goal kick. Linesman has given a corner. My first instinct there was that got played off Jamie Vardy, but Vardy appealed pretty fervently. Let's have a look. Oh, I can't tell. Linesman's right on top of it. Vardy gives it the big fist pump. Match bingo line in the Arsenal game has gone. I wonder if it's me. I'll have a check in a minute after this corner. Dewsbury Hall, left-footed, in it comes. Easy catch for McCarthy. And confirmation of what Lee was saying in the chat. It's not me, though. I've got quite a few on the Arsenal game. Is it not 1-0 to Arsenal? It says 0-0 up there. That might be wrong. Claimed by Rachel MCC99. Good luck to her. Hope you're enjoying your match bingo. We brought to you in association with the fine people at Match Bingo. Apparently, Southampton 74% possession since the goal by Fatawu. Vestergaard to Justin, 42:57 on the clock. We approach half time. Long shuffle. Yeah, 1-0 Arsenal. We looked at that, didn't we? Trossard scored after 5 minutes. Line gone now in this game. Let me check whether it's me. Updates on Match Bingo all the while. In play. Come on. Where's my card? It's not me, but I'm looking all right on this one as well. Look at all that purple on mine. How about that? I need myself 3 minutes stoppage time, though, in a couple of minutes. We'll see if that comes up. Russ Martin furiously appealing for a throw-in. I think they've adjudged it's come off Che Adams. Oh, I see. No, they've given him offside, and it came off Patawu, so he was definitely not offside. So Russ Martin is very, very right about that. Headed away by Charles. Oh, Bass and Pereira getting in each other's way there. They get away with one there. Leicester. Here comes Dewsbury Hall. Bass. Vestergaard. Looks like Che Adams has gone out onto the left-hand side and Adam Armstrong's gone down the middle. Little switch of position there for Southampton. As Bednarek wins that at the back. Walker-Peters. Armstrong. Aribo. Armstrong. Go on, give us 3 minutes stoppage time for my match bingo card. What are we going to get? I think we got 3 minutes, have we? Happy days. Up the match bingo. Walker-Peters. Oh, nice turn by Charles away from Ndidi. Charles bursts forward. Armstrong gives it to Charles in the left wing channel. Bass, aggressive as ever with his defending. Done well, actually, hasn't he? Right up, touch tight, wins the throw-in. Knew he wasn't in danger of getting skinned over in the corner there. Did he? Had cover as well. Good choice by Fass. Walker-Peters hurls it in. In Southampton, forced anything in the remaining 120 seconds of minimum stoppage time. We are due to play. Walker-Peters runs right into Fatawu. Ball's spinning there, doesn't go out. Walker-Peters jumps up, wins it again. Armstrong, small bone. Adams doesn't get the bounce. It's going to be a goal kick, Leicester, and that should probably do us for the first half, shouldn't it? 46-30 on the clock. So 90 seconds of remaining stoppage time, minimum stoppage time. Fatawu says to the keeper, get it forward. And I'd imagine we are going to half-time with Leicester leading 1-0. I have said that before and been wrong, and we've got a very late first half goal. But Southampton really haven't looked like scoring in this half, have they? Bree tries to knock that one up the line, given away to Justin. Justin didn't look like that hard a ball into the feet of Fatawu coming off the left-hand side, but he overcooks that one. Yeah, he should have made that pass, shouldn't he, Justin? Southampton play out actually and give it away. 25 seconds of minimum stoppage time remaining. Free kick Leicester, which Justin is going to take. I think Enzo Maresca's already heading for the tunnel. Dewsbury Hill just spots the ball. This will be the last play of the first half. Dewsbury Hill whips it in. Vestergaard wins the header. And that is half time. Leicester 1, Southampton 0. Leicester really, really close to promotion now as things stand. We'll look at the table in a sec. My eye test tells me Leicester are pretty good value for that lead. You know, played pretty well, actually, and restricted Southampton to very little. Got their pressing right. Southampton haven't managed to play through their central midfield at all. The Leicester goal is either just onside or just offside. It's really, really tight. No VAR, obviously. So, yeah, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be. Took it well, though, for Tawu. And Leicester, quite interesting, you know, kind of sat back and played a little bit on the break, didn't they? After they took the lead, which is interesting. They've been very wedded to the way they've played. It's maybe Enzo has just decided end of the season, look, we're not going to put undue pressure on ourselves if we get into a lead. So let's have a look at the numbers, and then we'll have a look at the real important numbers, which is the live league table, which I'm sure you've all got memorized. Just quickly, look at the old attack momentum graph there. You can see very pronounced where Leicester are having all the possession up to the goal, and then you can see the point where they start sitting back and they're happy to not have the ball. Possession then 64% in Southampton's favour, but then have a look at the shot map. 11 shots to 2, 0.08 XG tells us Southampton have created very, very little going forward. Let's have a look at the live league table. And we've been through all these permutations many, many times. But the big permutation, or the big kind of headline deal here is, if things stay the same and Leicester win this game, we go into Friday night's game between QPR and Leeds, knowing that if Leeds were to lose that game, Leicester are up. And if Leicester were to win at Preston on Monday, Leicester would go to 97 points and they would be promoted. So we could have Leicester go up on Friday night. If they win tonight, we could have Leicester go up on Monday night. I think I'm right in saying that. Then 94, yeah. Leeds, obviously, if they do the business on... I mean, to be honest, Leeds only need a point to be within 3 then of Leicester, don't they, in terms of... I've got that right, haven't I? Yeah, depressed. Yeah, and we'll be at round 45. Yeah, so Leeds would then have played 45 games. I am right. Too many permutations. Right. What have we got here in the chat? Callum, these last 2 offside goals for Leeds and Leicester have rubbed it in Coventry's face. Maybe. Martin, as you said, Ben, never go back. So Neil Harris, 20 points from 33, not lost at home, and Sam thinks Plymouth will get a result on Saturday. Chill out, man. Jesus Christ. Anyone would think that's a Birmingham fan there, not a fan of Millwall, who've done superbly, and they're worrying about stuff me and Sam have said on a podcast. Enjoy it, Martin M, for God's sake. Chill out, man. Come on. Brilliant from Neil Harris. You'd think you'd be enjoying it, not holding people to account for things that they've said before they knew the information that you know now. Come on. Any more here? Ipswich have very tough games, though, Ben. I know, Kevin. You'll have to tell me what you're referring to that I've said. I'm just telling you the maths. The pure maths without any judgment on how hard anybody's game is. Just the pure maths. You know, you can argue that every game is tough at this point in the season. I'm just going on the pure maths, the objective truth of what we've got with the remaining games. Right. Let's going to make a cup of coffee, you lot. You have got the lovely reggae music for 3 minutes 50. The people up there on TikTok, if anyone comes in and says, where the hell is Ben? He's gone to make a cup of tea. I'm going to be back in just under 4 minutes, okay? So go and make a cup of tea, visit the little boys' room while Sky show this goal, and you can argue whether it's offside or not. But get your questions in, get your comments, and go on. I'm going to watch it one more time. They haven't given me the side-on angle. Takes it well. I'm going to be back in 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Right. Get your questions in, everybody. It's half time. Leicester 1, Southampton 0. Leicester very, very close to promotion now. Going to move on to 94 points as things stand, which, by the way, is just an outstanding total, isn't it? Whatever you've got to say about anything or other, or spending limits, incredible stuff. If you could indulge me, we'll do a bit of a like spike. I'm a bit terrified to press the buttons and check how we're doing on the stream for likes. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? Click on it on here. Here we go. And I'll be able to tell you how many likes we got. Oh dear. Turn the sound down. What do we got? I can't even see. 138 likes. How about that? So let's do a like spike. See if we can get up to 150. I'm going to hit the stinger. Everybody who hasn't already hit like, if you're watching on TikTok up there, hit the heart or whatever it is. It's like spike time. Go for it, guys. You can do it. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Let's see if those numbers swell and we can get over 150 likes on the stream. Seems like harmless fun, but it does really help with all the algorithms and all of that good stuff. Did I see Inter Milan winning the league last night? I saw a clip of a fight on the pitch, but I didn't see anything else. That's the social media age for you, isn't it? What else have we got in the chat? Any questions? Am I mad that I want to go to Boca Juniors versus River Plate? No, sounds fun to me. Bit of a flight though, isn't it? Can you imagine doing an Ipswich Norwich playoff watch along? I don't know. I didn't do the last one. Too much. I'll probably go to if it's a semi-final. I don't know. I'll have to make a short-term decision on all of that good stuff. Any Neil Warnock insights? Yeah, very honoured. Rich, obviously part of the Blue Monday team, that I got to speak to the great man. We did a bit for Blue Monday. We did a bit for our channel here. And yeah, just a delightful chap. Lovely guy to speak to. Very charismatic, as you can imagine. Wind him up and off he goes. And lots of people have enjoyed the interview. How many views has that got? Let me have a look. I'll put some other videos up today, so I can't see. Nearly 10,000 views. So yeah, really fantastic support from everybody. Really humbled to. I remember someone asking me who would be my dream interview when we're talking about the championship, and I said Neil Warnock. There can't be anybody who's done more in the championship than him, and we got him. Fantastico. Clive, any ideas on what Ipswich will do lineup for their final 3 games? We think we might see the return of Wes Burns and George Hurst to fitness, but I'd imagine it won't change too much from what you've seen already. Only really is he going to play Tuan Zabi or Clark at right back, and is Morsley going to get suspended before a potential playoff run? Just be interesting to see how. You wouldn't think Burns and Hurst would be fit to start, so I doubt it will be too far off what we've had already. Right, players are out. Match bingo is rolling on, and look, potential for me here. Potential for some match bingo win action. Russ Martin's having a word with Ryan Manning and Sam Edozie. Had Warnock. Maybe a Mick McCarthy interview next. That'd be fun. Wouldn't it? How many cards is Morsey on? 13, I think. Scary, scary. Who would be my dream Ipswich player? I've done it, Clive. Marcus Stewart. We spoke to him. Oh, that's immediately won by Southampton from the centre. We've kicked off, by the way. Adams hits the shot blocked. Aribo. Paul Lambert interview. Stop it. Here's Brooks over on the right-hand side. Smallbone puts the cross in. Oh, missed his kick there. Adam Armstrong on the volley. Southampton have come out of the traps in this second half. So much so, I haven't even pressed the stinger to say we kicked off. Here we go. Worth. Walker Peters coming down the left-hand side. I was supposed to plug. I told them I would, didn't I? Beer 52. Which way am I pointing? Over there. Can you see the Beer 52 stuff? The 8 beautiful cans of lovely curated world beers from around the world. You can get one of them for free, one of those whole boxes, but you have to pay the postage. You go to beer5252/Bloom. It's all the info's on the crawler down there. Loads of people have enjoyed it. You have to pay the postage, which is $5.95, but then you get the beers, the bar snacks in there as well, the magazine, all of that good stuff, and then you can choose to subscribe. Afterwards, please drink responsibly. Here comes Harry Winks for Leicester. A couple of gigs as well down there in the plug-in section. I'm at 3 St. Peter's in Bedford this Friday as Brooks tries to find his way through. Justin does well. And I'll be playing with, well, that's what I call the 90s. Friday the 10th of May, the Mill Arts Centre in Banbury. If you're, particularly that second one, really good show that. Enjoy playing in that one. Wow, that's what I call the 90s. Friday, 10th of May, the Mill Arts Centre in Banbury in Oxfordshire. Good start by Southampton in this second half. Bednarek. Armstrong comes short, sort of in a left midfield position. Charles. Brian Dean, eh? What a guy. Our man Lee Pitts on the Patreon, in the watch and the round tables, always manages to bring Brian Dean up somehow. What a player. Dewsbury Hall. Into Vardy, right-hand side of the box. Vardy, it's horrible. Kind of tries to hold it up and then chip the cross in, just completely shanks it off the pitch. Yeah, Lee Bay would be fun. Be a good interview, that, actually. Clock. I'll give you a proper timestamp in a bit, Jay. 48:27 as McCarthy clears, but we'll give you a countdown one. Throwing Saints. Brooks. Very foul throw looking throw there, but they never get given, do they? Armstrong. Walker Peters. Much more in urgency and intensity from Southampton. Who started the second half really well. Wins the corner, which will allow me to give you time sync. Going to be at 49 minutes in 3, 2, 1. Sync. Corner Saints, who started really well in the second half, haven't they? Far better than we saw in the first half. Terry Butcher, yes, please. That'd be great. That's a Blue Monday show, but that'd be great to speak to him. In comes a corner to the near post. Dewsbury Hall does well. Clears it left-footed. Smallbone, though, scoops it up. Is Lee Bowyer a national manager now, is he? I did not know that. Paul, Arsenal 2-0 up. If you're watching that on TNT, let me know who scored that goal. Looks like Arsenal are definitely going to be heading 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Montserrat, where's that? Don't even know where that is, for God's sakes. Who's their best player then? Ben White. Thank you, Lee. I assume he scored for Arsenal. Cross comes in from Bree. Fass clears it well out for a throw-in. Which James Bree is going to take. At what point do you reckon my coffee is cool enough? Bree curls that near post, headed out by Vestergaard. Charles back to Bree. Excuse me. And it was Harwood Bellis knocked it forward. Good press again by Leicester. Not the first time I've said that. Smallbone, lovely ball around the corner. Brooks, Bree. Southampton far better at the start of this second half than they were in the first half. Smallbone has been fouled by Yannick Vestergaard, who I don't think has ever made a foul without moaning about it for the next 10 minutes. Okay, Lyle Taylor plays for Montserrat. Obviously, he was with Lee Bowyer at Charlton and Birmingham, potentially. I might be wrong about that second one. Definitely had him at Charlton, though, didn't he? Free kick Southampton, which Smallbone and Brooks are over. Smallbone for the right foot, Brooks for the left foot. Brooks dummies. Smallbone whips it in. Good catch by Hermansen, who's been a quality goalkeeper for Leicester this season, hasn't he? Quick counter by Leicester, but that's going out of play. I'm going to say it. Fatawu's quick. He's not that quick. Got White on the bench in your fantasy team. That's poor, Justice Brave. Schoolboy error. Bit like me on the predictions every week. Predictions with Sam tomorrow. We haven't filmed him yet, so get any advice in for me. Be coming out about 3 o'clock tomorrow. Throw in Leicester, 52-27 on the clock. Leicester heading so close to the Premier League if they win this game. If Leicester win and Leeds lose their 45th minute game, the 4-point gap would be enough to confirm promotion for Leicester on Friday night. Fatawu in the box. Hits it right-footed from the angle. Over the bar. Not been a fun night for Kyle Walker-Peters playing left back against Fatawu, who at the moment is the match winner. Justin for Leicester to Fass. Oh, now he's caught him out again here. Fatawu dribbles into the box. Oh, he tried to slip it into Vardy for the tap-in. I love Walker-Peters, but Fatawu's got him on absolute toast, hasn't he? Here he is again. Fatawu hits it left-footed over the bar. Don't know what Russ Martin can really do about it. Keeps just getting a run at Walker-Peters and getting by him, doesn't he? Poor shot, though, by Fatawu in the end. And in the end, be real, the love you make. Armstrong to Bednarek. Wonder how long before Leicester decide to park the bus. Not yet, I wouldn't have thought, JJ, but it'll get nervy, won't it? If it's 1-0 with 15 to go. Former Montserrat coaches include Will Fox, Willie Donachie, and Matt Lockwood. Will Fox of Witton in Ipswich. Former Norwich, Spurs, and Newcastle player. Great player, Will Fox, wasn't he? Smallbone. Looked scared of Vestergaard there, didn't he? Jay makes a fair point there in the chat, though, about at what point do Leicester kind of say, right, sit in for the clean sheet now and just win this game? Got very nervy, didn't it, against West Brom? At the weekend, but they got the job done, didn't they? Despite missing a penalty, and West Brom conceding a ton of, or missing a ton of chances, rather. Oh, McCarthy. Oh, don't lose that there. Oh, played through to Smallbone. One of those panicky play out from the back moments you get with Russ Martin. Justin fouls Brooks. And Bree goes back to Harwood Bellis. Coventry Hull tomorrow. Yes, all eyes on the playoff race. Tomorrow, Coventry and Hull. Someone's dropping points. They're the two chasers on Norwich and West Brom. Although Norwich and West Brom look strong favourites to take those two positions, 5th and 6th. In whatever order, Adam Armstrong into the box. Hits the shot low. I think the offside flag has gone up. It was saved by Hermansen anyway. And if it was a tight call in the first half for the goal, that was not. It's miles and miles and miles offside. A little clip over the top looking for Vardy, who leaves on McCarthy, who ignores him. Walker Peters. Smallbone. Bree powering forward from right back. He's carried that probably 30 metres already. Brooks crosses left-footed from the right. Oh, Hermansen completely drops the cross and gets away with that. Oof. Welcome everybody watching on TikTok up there on the mobile phone. Appreciate the lot of you. Obviously, most of my attention goes here for YouTube. Crikey. He came out so confidently for that Hermansen. Just completely spilled it, didn't he? Slide down the line. Pereira knocks it back into Wout Fass. Remember, Leicester moving on to 94 points as things stand. If that happens, if they win this game and Leeds lose to QPR on Friday night, Leicester will be promoted on Friday. If Leicester win tonight and Leeds win on Saturday, Friday, Leicester can restore that gap on Monday night and they will be promoted then. We are into the next game, the next round, the opportunities now for Leicester, if they can get over the line in this game and get up to 94 points. Am I coming to the CBS? I don't think I will be, no. I have had various invitations, though, I have to say. Remember, as the half started, I said Russ Martin's just had a word with Ryan Manning and Sam Edozie. Probably telling them they're coming on the 60th minute, because here they come. Here they come, the beautiful ones. David Brooks is coming out. He's been pretty quiet, hasn't he? James Bree. What are you up to here? So I guess Walker Peters is going to go and play right back. Manning's going to play left back. And Edozie will fill in for Brooks on the wing. Smallbone knocks that forward, controlled by Adams. And Jay Adams hits one of the most pointless 45-yard lobs you'll ever see in your life. Straight into the arms of Hermansen. And Ryan Manning gets his first touch at left back. I wonder if he'll have a better time against Fatawu than Manning did. Manning Walker Peters did. You knew what I meant. It's been a long season. Mavididi, lovely cross, right footed! And there is goal number 2. Wilf Ndidi at it again. It's a great cross by Mavididi. And Ndidi scored on Saturday, and Ndidi scores again. They are so close, Leicester, to the Premier League. Looks like they've done their job here. Leicester 2, Southampton 0. Ndidi. What you've got to love about Mavididi is when he does these runs in, no backlift. Look at that. It's a great header, isn't it? It's a great cross. Heads it down at McCarthy's feet, so he doesn't have to get it in the corner, does he? But just Mavididi, I love this move here. Whoop, lean to the left, just cross it with no backlift. And yeah, really good header by Ndidi. Powers it downwards. Look at that. Oh, through the legs, in fact. Brilliant header. And Leicester are 2-0 up. And Leicester, in my humble opinion, have 1 foot in the Premier League. We'll bring that live league table up. But it looks for all the world now that Leicester are going to be going into round 45 with 94 points. And a 4-point gap on Leeds United. 5-point gap on Ipswich, but Ipswich will have a game in hand. Really, really is Leicester's to lose now. And can you really see Leicester losing their last 2 games at Preston and then at home to Blackburn? I don't know. You tell me. Leicester 2, Southampton 0. And here comes Superman, Hamza Chowdhury from the weekend. Let's have a look here. Southampton's so passive. Great header, though. Yes, good header, isn't it? Now that bus is getting slightly in position for being parked. Moments after Martin subs, yeah, be really annoyed about that, won't he? Yes, Ndidi. Ndidi-o. Game is not over yet. I mean, that is an objective fact, but go and stick a bet on Southampton to win if you're confident the game's not over yet. Steve, Leicester got away with 1-0 against West Brom tonight. They've been good tonight, haven't they? Vital for Leeds to win their remaining 2 games. Well, looks like Leeds are a bit of an irrelevance to Leicester now with the 4-point gap. We said that Southampton win squeezes it up. But it really does look now, if this ends 2-0 or in any type of home win, it looks like it's now Leeds versus Ipswich for 1 place, doesn't it? For second place. McCarthy to Bednarek. Good press again by Leicester, and they've won it high up. Winks. Tawu. Dewsbury Hall. Vestergaard has clogged Shea Charles this time. Lucky not to have gone in the book tonight. Yannick Vestergaard. Walker Peters. Manning. And Vestergaard, yeah, has finally gone in the book. I applaud the intent of the front foot defending and the centre halves getting right up and behind the forwards as they go in, but he's very lucky to have lasted 65 minutes without getting booked. Manning, Aribo, Charles, Walker Peters, Smallbone, Walker Peters, Smallbone, Armstrong on the right wing in the box. Armstrong tries to put the cross in, blocked by James Justin. And Didi, who's really come up trumps the last 2 games, hasn't he? You shouldn't forget, though, Leicester have got some real quality players, the likes of Wilfred and Didi, playing at second-tier level. Manning knocks that down the line. And Doze is offside, isn't he? Even the subs warming up called that one. They gave me a big clue, put it that way. So Leicester just need to play this out now, don't they? A couple of cleverly timed substitutions. He's got 2 more windows to go, hasn't he? Enzo Maresca. Keep the intensity up, keep the clean sheet, and they move on. Sorry, excuse me. To 94 points. Manning is fouled by Vardy. Nailed on foul there. There are Ryan Lowe and Stephen Schumacher. Former partners, of course, at Plymouth. Now managers of Stoke and Preston. What a world, hey? Arsenal 5-0. Really? Christ. Trossard, White, Havertz. Well done, Arsenal. 5-0 off. Justin. Hermanson. Hits it long. Won by Smallbone in midfield. Nice ball into Smallbone, actually, but horrible heavy touch. Manages to win it back, actually, though, off Vestergaard. Walker Peters to Adam Armstrong. Aribo. Oh, nicely worked. Dozy into the box. Dozy. Oh, goodness me. Che Adams had an absolute open goal tap in. Hamza Chowdhury's in last-ditch clearance mode again. He's offside, actually, to be fair. Yeah, flag went up as well. Chowdhury didn't know that. Che Adams didn't know that. I didn't know that until I saw the replay. Havertz hammering his former team. Yeah. He's on a hat-trick, Havertz. He's not going to get it because he's been subbed off, by the way. Spoiler alert. Armstrong goes down under pressure from Justin. No foul. Justin knocks it down the line, cut out by Walker-Peters. Bounces for Mavididi. The wingers have come up trumps, haven't they, for Leicester today? Fatawi with the opening goal. Mavididi with the assist for the second. Justin got caught there. It looked like a foul after he played the ball. Adam Armstrong smiling. He knows it, doesn't he? 20 remaining. Again, here is your live league table. Leicester will go on to 94 points. Leeds will ignore that Coventry are playing Hull on Wednesday. The next game after that on Friday is Leeds at QPR. 4-point gap. So if Leeds were to not score any points in that game, ergo QPR win, Leicester would be promoted on Friday. Or if Leeds get the win, irrespective of whatever Ipswich do, because they'll have the games in hand, Leicester can seal it then with a win over Preston on Monday. Mavididi, give and go. Mavididi puts the cross in low. Cleared out by Manning. Leicester looking to finish strongly, as you can imagine. Leicester could have had a filthy amount of points. They didn't lose all their matches a couple of months ago. Indeed. It shows, that Reading season with 106 points, how hard it is to get a total like that, because Leicester for most of the season looked like they were going to be over 100 points. But, yeah, just a little bad run. Once or even twice. And you're done, aren't you? Still on track for 100 points, are they? Yes, yeah, they are. 94 with 2 games to go. Yeah, could get the massive 100. Did Burnley get 100 last season? I think they did, didn't they? Bednarek out to Manning. Smallbone. Nice touch to take it past Fass. Edozie on the left wing. Winks gets back to cover. Winks a bit handsy with him. Chowdhury makes the clearance. Charles chips that forward. Chowdhury cuts out. Back to Hermansen, who just strokes the ball out of play. I think he's saying to Wout Fass, in the playbook, you're supposed to be stood over there, mate. But he wasn't. Manning, Edozie, Manning. Charles. It's good by Leicester again. They played well tonight, Leicester, haven't they? Got the pressing right, got defensive shape right. Wingers have been good. Goal threat. Controlled it in periods. Got the 2 goals. Not looked like conceding. It's been a good performance by Leicester, hasn't it? Here comes Justin down the left. Oh, Justin tried to feed it through to Vardy. Just cut out there. Justin's won it back again. It's excellent play by the former Luton fullback. Mavididi crosses outside of the right foot and Manning cuts it out. And McCarthy did not want that. And he just kicks it straight back to Leicester. And Ndidi, Justin. Fass. Dewsbury Hall. Fass. Winks. Chowdhury. Fatawu. It's really good from Leicester. Fatawu curls it in. Oh, I think they deserve it. It is a brilliant 3rd goal for Leicester. And if it wasn't game over, that is properly game over now. Fatawu gets his 2nd. Leicester get their 3rd. And they look very, much like they're heading to the Premier League. 3-0. Yeah, really good from Leicester. Really, really good. They got to 2-0, made a sub, controlled it for a bit. They've just stepped it up the last few minutes. Haven't let Southampton out. Fatawu in off the right-hand side, bends that left-footed. I think Chowdhury's going to get the easiest assist of his life there with a 6-yard pass. And doesn't matter who they've played at left-back Southampton, either Walker-Peters or Manning. Can't deal with Fatawu, who's nailed on to win man of the match now, isn't it? It's a great strike. A little bit of lift on it over McCarthy into the corner. Great goal. Leicester 3, Southampton 0. Leicester, who say it? Leicester are going up, I think, aren't they? Very, very close to confirming it. Probably at the weekend. RIOT goal. Yes, indeed. Fox is out. Fox them. What a strike. Yeah. It's been a class above tonight, Leicester, haven't they? Good value for this win. Good value for the scoreline as well, I reckon. Definitely a 2 or 3 goal game. It feels like that. I know it's kind of meaningless. People say, oh, that's not a 3-0. Couldn't say that about this game, could you? Excellent from Leicester. In a sense, some pretty glum Saints fans in the stands there. They've got a real interest in psychology here because they've got to go to Leeds as well, haven't they? And, if they were to get ragdolled by Leeds like they have been today as well, you wonder how that sets you up for a playoff campaign. You want to have some rhythm, some momentum, don't you? But as I always say, it's tournament football. What does momentum matter? Bednarek. Howard Bellis. Again, Leicester press. Bob on. And they force the error from Southampton. Although Chowdhury's given it away. Here's a dozy. Oh, they've pulled it back for a foul on Fass. It was a 2-on-1 for Southampton if they didn't. Have Saints had a shot on target? No. 15 shots to 5. Oh, sorry. Yeah, they have. Yeah, 2 shots on target. 5-2 in that regard. But I know what you mean. It doesn't feel like it, does it? Lee, you absolute legend. Thank you so much. Lee always pops a little super chat in. Very, very kind. I really appreciate it, Lee. Thank you so much, fella. You too, feel free to do the same if you want to support the channel. It's free. Comments enough, a like's enough, but it really helps me out. Fatawu crosses right-footed. Vardy! Oh, they're smashing him now. This is getting gnarly for Southampton. Leicester are winning in style. Jamie Vardy, the main man, the top scorer, the club legend, gets number 4. Leicester 4, Southampton 0. Well, it's a virtuoso display from Fatawu now, isn't it? Got an assist for this one. They think he's coming inside on his left foot, and he just waits and waits and then crosses it with his right foot. It's a great finish by Vardy, isn't it? Abdul Fatawu on the left wing from... Brilliant, isn't it? For Leicester, has played an absolute blinder tonight, hasn't he? Scored the opening goal, scored the 3rd goal, set up the 4th goal. I mean, we can discuss man of the match in 10 minutes, but you won't convince me it's not Fatawu unless someone does something spectacular in the next 5 minutes. And spectacular is probably a good word to describe Leicester City tonight. Absolutely brilliant stuff from the Foxes, who are cruising in 4-0. Which could get worse for Southampton. Yeah, they've got to keep their heads now, haven't they, Rich, for the last 10 minutes? Else, this will go 5 or 6 if they're not careful. They really got to keep their focus up, especially given how well Leicester are pressing and how narrow and they're hunting in packs against the centre halves when they're trying to play out. Oof. Second biggest defeat of the season. Ouch. Was it Sunderland, the biggest knick-knack? 5-0 or 5-1 or something? Here comes a dozy, though, into the box. Puts across Investigard, clears. And here comes Dewsbury Hall. And, oh, God, look, there's Fatawu over on the right wing. He's bound to score if it's given to him. Vardy into the box. Across it goes, Fatawu. 5-0. Jesus Christ, they've picked them off on the break. Fatawu has been incredible tonight. He has got the hat trick. He deserves it. It is Leicester 5, Southampton 0. Wow. Wow. Just smelt blood on the counter. I mean, Fatawu has been utterly brilliant this game, hasn't he? One of the best performances individually from a player I've seen all season, and we've saved it until the end of April. Holds his run, he's onside. Vardy, unselfish, sticks it across. Fatawu gets the hat trick. I'm not having the discussion about man of the match now. It's not even worth it, is it? But Leicester have completely squashed, ragdolled, destroyed, obliterated Southampton 5-0. And as Rich said in the chat, it could go 5-6. Well, could go 6-7 now, doesn't it? Goodness me. Goodness me. The Saints fans are heading home. I don't blame them. Go and get out of that. Anyone who's been to the King Power knows you're going to get stuck in traffic around that, the bit where the river is in Leicester. Patson Daka has come in for Jamie Vardy. Dennis Pratt is coming in for Wilf and Didi. It's party time for Leicester. Wow. I'm not reading that out, but I know what you mean, Steve. Shay Adams and Joe Reba have come out for Southampton. Ryan Fraser. And is Sky going to put the camera on the other sub? No. Hopefully they'll give us a graphic. Jack Stevens. Jack Stevens and Ryan Fraser in for Joe Rebo. And Shay Adams. And in a tense title race, promotion race, they squeaked over the line at the weekend, Leicester, but they have thumped Southampton tonight, haven't they? And they are going to be super, super confident of getting the job done against Preston on Monday. Even if could have some help from Leeds or QPR, more to the point, on Friday. Big help on the goal difference as well, by the way. They were 1 behind Leeds on the goal difference going into today. They're now 4 ahead. If it is a title race between Leicester and Leeds, the goal difference has just swung in Leicester's favour. I hope Southampton bring their buckets and spades to Ellen Road. Well, looks like they're only going to be playing for pride, Southampton, doesn't it? Going to be 6 points back from Leeds with 2 to play, 5 points back from Ipswich. Ipswich will have 3 to play. So, yeah, Southampton could be guaranteed to finish 4th before we get into round 46, depending on results. Chowdhury, Vestergaard. Given away. Walker Peters scoops it up. Coming down the right. Dozy, who's swapped wings now. I think Ryan Fraser's playing down the left-hand side. Howard Bellis. Walker Peters. Bednarek. Turned over. And Chowdhury has got it. He knocks it back into Hermansen. Vestergaard. Back to Hermansen. 85-34 on the clock. Southampton probably just want to get out of Dodge and get home now, don't they? Leicester go long. Dewsbury Hall chases. Daka chases. Hooked clear by Bednarek. One more sub or two more subs. Surely they're going to take off Fatawu to get a standing ovation here. He's been incredible tonight, hasn't he? Vestergaard is going off. Are they trying to save him a yellow card, or are they trying to get Connor Cody some kind of championship medal, get him enough appearances? I know we're supposed to be balanced, but Fatawu gets the round of applause from me tonight. What a performance. 3 goals and an assist from Fatawu. Out he goes. One of the best individual performances I've seen all season from Abdul Fatawu. He comes out for McAteer. Cody comes in for Vestergaard. As we tick up and over 87 minutes. And Charles tries to find a Dozy. Sums up Southampton, doesn't it? Simple pass out of play. It goes. Ben, do you think Southampton will put out a reserve team when playing Leeds? I don't think they'll put out a reserve team, but certainly going to take the edge off. We had a good chat with Sam Parkin about this on the Championship Checking podcast today. If you don't believe that a side with nothing to play for plays with less intensity than the side playing for promotion, then I think you may be in a cognitive dissonance, to be honest. But yeah, certainly hard. Hard for Southampton to pull focus in the last couple of games, especially if Leeds are playing for promotion on the last day. Here's a Dozy down the right. Oh, a Dozy beats Justin easily. A Dozy's done really well, puts the crossing. Great header by Cody, who's cold. He's just come off the bench. Dave, you absolute legend. $5 on the super chat from Dave. Thank you so much. Many better stadiums under the lights than Loftus Road. Will be some atmosphere Friday night. Sold out. Corner goes in. Armstrong spins and hits. Thank you so much, Dave, for the super chat. God, you get some confusing comments in here. I've got someone asking me who the effing hell I am and then calling me sir. It's not hard to figure out, Lee. Small bone. Bednarek, Howard Bellis. Walker Peters. Daka fouls in, pulls his shoulder back. We are 89 minutes up, which gives me a little chance to check my match bingo card. I've got the spinning wheel of doom. Having great fun with technology tonight. Manning's cross is deflected. Oof. James Justin just wafts a foot at it. That could have gone anywhere. There we go. Oh, this is tantalising on Match Bingo. Look at that. Not that I'm going to get a goal in a minute ending in 8. But there we go. It's been fun playing along tonight with our sponsors over at Match Bingo. Smallbone floats it to the back stick. 5 minutes minimum stoppage time, and we have played 10 seconds. Walker Peters. Smallbone. The Dozy. Just got to keep their clean sheet now, Leicester, for a pretty perfect performance, I think. A Dozy. Clipped in, Cody heads away. Walker Peters tries to kind of fizz it into Smallbone, but he can't control that. Can he? When's the next watch along? JJ, I think it's going to be Saturday night, Hull versus Ipswich. I'm working tomorrow night and I'm working on Friday night, so I can't do either the Coventry Hull game or the QPR Leeds game. Fatawu has the camera on him. I'm assuming he's got man of the match. We all had that down before he'd even got the hat trick. Hoyt forward by Harwood Bellis, headed on by Smallbone. Chowdhury goes back home to Hermanson. Slide down the line. Thought Chowdhury was going to get whistled then for a foul on Fraser, not given. Harwood Bellis, Bednarek, Manning. 92:15 on the clock. We have played 2 and a bit minutes of a minimum 5 minutes stoppage time. Don't forget to hit the like button before you leave the stream tonight. You've been fantastic, you lot. What was our total? We were doing really well for likes tonight, weren't we? Here comes a Dozy. Runs into trouble, and Justin knocks it inside. 4 off 200. Hit the like button, guys. 200 would be tremendous, wouldn't it? Hermanson knocks it to Cody. Winks round the corner to Justin. Pratt wins a free kick. It's a really silly one from Harwood Bellis because Pratt was just going to knock the ball on, probably straight back to Southampton, but Harwood Bellis just smashes him. Bit of frustration there from Taylor Harwood Bellis, who was in that Burnley team last season, wasn't he? That scored the 100 points. Pratt stays down. Which probably means we're going to play over the 95 minimum stoppage time. Harwood Bellis protests his innocence, saying he just crashed into him. Ooh. I know we do ifs and buts here, but you know what VAR's like with ones like that, where the you get the stomping motion and Sky play it 1,000 times in super slow motion. Yeah, I think Harwood Bellis would have been in some bother there, wouldn't he? and you start to get to the point in the season as well where you don't want to get yourself a violent conduct or serious foul play red card, do you? Sorry, I mean a violent conduct one, which carries a 3-match ban. Cody to Fass. We've played 95-20, but I suspect we'll be playing another minute after that injury hold. For the foul. And we are not. They've been put out of their misery. Leicester City 5, Southampton 0. Fatawu in imperious form with the hat-trick. Leicester closing in on promotion. They can do it at the weekend, and they have cruised in today and absolutely battered 4th place Southampton. Let's have a look at the live league table, which we've looked at many times, and even it's the perfect night for Leicester, isn't it? Even not taking into account that 4-point gap they've got on Leeds. Remember, if they can hold a 4-point gap on Leeds going into round 46, they're already up, aren't they? Because Southampton now cannot catch Leicester. Southampton can only get to, I say only, because Southampton can get to 90 points. It's be a hell of a total, but Leicester, you can see now on 94. The Foxes are up on Friday night if Leeds United lose at QPR. They are up on Monday night, Leicester. So if Leeds win, they'd go to 93. Leicester just need to restore the 4-point gap by the weekend. So all Leicester have to do is match Leeds at the weekend, and they are promoted. And of course, a Leeds defeat, you don't need to do anything to match that. So they would be up already on Friday night. All looks fairly, we're in miracle territory now. Leicester need very little from games at Preston and at home to Blackburn on the final day. So fair play to the Foxes. Whatever conversations, we'll put them to one side. You're going to have about spending. You're going to have about parachute payments. I think there's a point where you've just got to talk about the football and say, you know, they've stuck 94 points on the board. They're on for 100 if they win their last 2 games. And, you know, that's excellent. However many good players you've got, or however many FFP infractions you've had. And I think certain teams would like to see Leicester do it by more than 6 points, just so you would know the points deduction wouldn't have made a difference anyway. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thank you. We had super chats, didn't we? There's one from Annie. Thank you. One from Lee and one from Dave. Look, all members as well. Really, really do appreciate it. I'm going to be doing the predictions with Sam tomorrow. They'll be out at 3 p.m. We'll try and get something up on Thursday as it pertains to the final week of the season and some predictions in terms of the actual run-in, what's going to happen in the final week. We'll be live watching along. I'm working on Friday night, so we can't do QPR Leeds, but we can very well do Ipswich versus Hull, and we'll be simulcasting that on the Blue Monday channel. We'll get Rich joining in with that too. Fair play, Leicester, tonight. They were brilliant, especially Abdul Fatawu. He was incredible tonight. 3 goals and an assist. That's pretty special from the winger for Leicester City. And they are so close to promotion now. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Well played, Leicester. And it's a big over and out from me.